So whenever the question is like this, that is, what does that statement mean to you? The statement just means that how can you apply that in various dimensions. That is what the statement is. So next time, whenever you find what does this statement mean to you, don't write examples of Gandhiji, examples of Mother Teresa. No, write what does that mean to you exactly in different perspectives. To me, now life law, at my personal level, how it is helping, at my private level, at my family and friends, how it is helping, at my interpersonal relationship, in the society, how it is helping, in the economy, how it is helping, in my professional life, how it is helping. Think in these 5 dimensions, more than enough. You can write a beautiful answer for that. So write in this way. That is how you have to write those type of questions, right? No need to explain about blacks, whites, nothing. Next one is, the other question that I have given is, what is emotional intelligence and how it can be developed in people? How does it help an individual in taking ethical decisions? That you have written, okay, quite fine. And I have also uploaded one example. You are an honest and responsible civil servant. You observe these following. There is general perception. That is also very good. So these are the questions that I have given before exams also. These are something where you have to improve while you are writing. Let me look at the paper that you have addressed. Test series, right? Emotional intelligence is the ability to make your emotions work for you instead against you. Do you agree with this view? Discuss. Do you agree with this view? Discuss. It is giving you a scope. Do you agree with this view? And it is asking your dimension. Discuss, right? Now see, for this, you write what is emotional intelligence simply in some introduction. In conclusion, you can give something, right? That is completely fine. But many people deviated this question and started writing about what is the importance of emotional intelligence. What is the importance? Many people said that Daniel Goleman concept of emotional intelligence, you have 4 or 5 points and you started writing about them, and you said that emotional intelligence is very helpful like this. Now the question is not asking about the importance of emotional intelligence. First, try to understand what exactly is the question is. The question is not asking about advantages of emotional intelligence. It is asking how emotional intelligence helps in your personal life to convert the negative emotions into positive emotions. The question is about that. So whenever you are writing answer, think about this. You have to first question what the question is not about. What the question is not about. Question ఏది అడగట్లేదు. Then you can think about what the question is asking. Except 1 or 2 persons, hardly 1 or 2 persons, many people have written, almost all the other persons have written what are the advantages of emotional intelligence. See guys, the question is not about advantages. It is asking you have to make your emotions, because this is one advantage that they have given. They are asking you to explain this advantage, right? Emotional intelligence, they have given the advantage. This is one advantage. Emotional intelligence helps a person to convert his emotions to work for him, not against him. This is one advantage. Now you have to explain that advantage. They are not asking other advantages of emotional intelligence. Now for this, you have to mention what are the emotions, negative emotions that people will have. What are the how positive emotions that people will have. Then you have to show that how emotional intelligence helps in converting these negative emotions into positive emotions, right? This is the thing. Now for example, say if a child is not liking to brush in the morning, right? Then parents will understand, okay, this person is not liking or he is hating to brush. Maybe the problem will be the brush or with the paste, right? Then they will try to add some sweet into that, or they will bring some different type of paste so that the child gets accustomed to brushing, right? Slowly that negative thing is gone into positive thing, right? So this is how negatives. So everyone, again, you know, negative emotions, you have to give some negative emotions and how you can control them and make them into positive emotions. So this is about emotional intelligence. For example, if you are waiting in traffic and if the queue is very high, then we start getting that frustration, and slowly that frustration converts into anger, right? Now, the moment you are aware of that frustration, then if you are emotionally intelligent, you can convert that without going to anger. You can stop it and you can make it okay. Once you will accept, okay, this is common in the state or this is in the city. Tomorrow I'll start a bit early or I'll change my timing, so that you'll be complacent or you will be cool with yourself. Then this is how emotional intelligence helps. So the thing is, for these type of answers, they are asking about what are the different types of emotions and how you can convert that negative emotions into positive emotion. The question is this, not about advantages. Already they have given one advantage in the question itself. So they are not asking the question advantages, rather they are asking you the how you can convert one emotion to other emotion through emotional intelligence. That is the thing. Okay. Yes, you can take the help of Goldman. Absolutely, I do agree. You can take the help of Goldman. But right, how that can be cultivated? Self-motivation is one way to convert that negative emotions into positive emotions. You have to write that. Self-motivation is, if you are writing that, then it will be correct. Otherwise, just it will be like filling the pages. So I hope you got this question. And this question, guys, with regard to the morality of actions, one view is that means are of paramount importance, and other view is that ends justify means. Which view do you think is more appropriate? Justify. See again, if they are asking you, if they are giving you the free hand, which view do you think is important? Do you think? It is asking about your opinion, guys. It is not asking about Daniel Goldman or some other fellow, right? It is asking about what is your view on that. With regard to morality of actions, one view is that it is paramount importance, and another view is that ends justify means, which you see. Many people have written about dimensions of ethics. Yes, the question is about dimensions of ethics, but the question is not asking you what are the dimensions of ethics and explain. Many people have written 2.5 page saying that there is three types of ethics, that is deontological approach, teleological approach, and virtue based ethics. And you started explaining in this it will be there, in this it will be there, and you fill the page of 2.5 page papers and you have forwarded it to me. Let this fellow have this headache to decide whether it is right or wrong, right? That is not the thing. See, they are asking with regard to the morality of actions. One view is that it is paramount importance, and the other view is just by means. Now what you have to write is, which view do you think more appropriate? For that, write an introduction. Just give a small introduction, just like as dimensions of ethics. Moral thinkers or philosophers across the world, right from ancient times, have said which action is, in order to judge which our actions. One second. Yes. What I'm saying is morality of actions. Now, in order to decide whether an action is correct or wrong, moral thinkers across the globe from across the times have said which is correct. This has given rise to two concepts, that is called ends is more important than means is more important than ends. Now, situations in which ends are more important than means. Give two examples or three examples. Situations in which means are important than ends. Give two or three examples. That's it. Give examples. And then take your stand. In the end, take your stand, whether you are going with means or ends first, right? Take your stand. That doesn't mean you have to take a stand in this question, in these two terms itself. That is ethics, means are more important than ends, or ends are more important than means. They are not asking which is more important. If there is a third thing which is better than these two, you can go with that also, right? No need to just go with these two. Few people have written, for me ends are more important. Few people have written, for me means are more important. But there is one more thing called virtue ethics, right? You can also think about that. In any circumstance, whether it is consequences or whether it is non-consequences, women's action should be based on the virtues. That is, the dharmic soul should guide them. That is conscience. I believe that the actions which is done as per the conscience, along with this rationality, it is going to be a good action. Then you can justify it. So the point here is, in your conclusion, give a stand, but you can take a new stand also. No need to take only from these two things. there is also virtue ethics, right? I always said this virtue ethics is somewhat higher than these two things when I was discussing. So think about that. So you have to conclude these type of things in the answer. Look at the third question. What do you understand by values and ethics? In what way is it important to be ethical along with being professionally competent? No one has given a satisfactory answer for this. Yes, you have written. I do appreciate that, but I didn't get that satisfaction even from one paper also for this. The thing is, what do you understand by values and ethics? You have given it. What is values? What is ethics? You have given examples. Fine. That is up to that point. It is clear. In what way it is important to be ethical along with professionally competent? For this, almost all the people have written what is the advantages of ethics in administration. What is the advantages of ethics in administration? Many people have written, almost all the people have written why ethics is important in administration. Except one person who has justified this. In the end, she has justified it. I have said it in the paper also, right? Now the question is not asking about how ethics is important in public administration or in governance. Understand what the question is not about. That is what I said. The question is not about importance of ethics in administration. The question is comparing two good values here. Two good values that you have to understand. It is important to be ethical along with professionally competent. These are the two things which you have to compare in the answer: ethics and professionally competency. Many people have written only this: ethics are important. You have totally forgotten about professional competency. What is the point of being ethical if you do not have professional competency, right? There is no need of if you are not professionally competent, how long will you say good words? Okay, this will happen, right? If you have seen this movie of Junior NTR, some last but one movie of Junior NTR, I don't remember the name. In that there will be one thing. If I do not have the strength to quarrel or to fight, I do not be able to come to the discussion. నేను జడ్జ్మెంట్కి రావాలి, నేను ఒక ఒప్పందానికి రావాలి అంటే I should show that I have strength to fight also. Otherwise, I cannot come to ఒప్పందానికి రాలేను అనేసి అంటారు. I don't remember the film name exactly. But the same thing is applied here. What does it apply? It applies that ethics is important. You have to write it. But that doesn't mean that professional competency you have to neglect. You have to give equal weightage to professional competency also. Without professional competency, even though you are ethical, it is not going to sustain. Or without ethics, if you are just professionally competent, it is not going to sustain. So the question is asking exactly that it is ethics is important. At the same time, professional competency is equally important. It is saying professional competency is important, at the same time ethics is equally important. Now how you can write this answer? You can create some dimensions here itself. Ethics without professional competency, right? Ethics minus professional competency is one dimension. Second thing, professional competency without ethics, you can create one. And the third thing is, hence ethics plus professional competency should go together. This is what the question is. But you have just written on ethics. So these type of things, understand the question. Whenever there is a question between two contradicting views, or it is comparing two values, saying that both are important, give importance to both, right? And then take a stand. That is what I mean to say. So if you are writing these three dimensions with some examples, and then if you conclude, then that is going to be a good thing. As far as to this case study, yes, you have written. For case study, I said, always follow the framework. Follow the framework. Give some introduction. Don't jump into the case study. Give some introduction. I said introduction, you can give it in two ways. You can link this entire thing to the so-called topic in the syllabus, or you can give some precise writing for the same case study. This is how you can introduce. For example, if you want to give a context This case study is discussing about how ethics should be incorporated in a company along with being professionally competent. This question is this. Again, it is asking the same thing. A reputed marketing executive, he is professionally competent, but he doesn't have ethics. The question is speaking about that, right? So this question is speaking about the importance of ethics in public administration, right? You can give the same thing, the importance of ethics along with being professionally competent. And I see you can give a small introduction, or you can write some precise writing of the entire statement. This question is, or this case study is dealing with the real life scenarios that many women face at workplaces, that is the sexual harassment. So you can give, and the pressures that a woman faces when she was about to complain, right? That is what it is. So give introduction. Introduction is must for case study, not only for case study, but for every answer, introduction is must, right? Then go to stakeholders, right? Who are the stakeholders in this? And then they have asked, what are the ethical issues? Clearly, many people miss this, right? What are the ethical issues? And then what options are available to the employee? Explore 2 to 3 options. What are the options that is available to the employee? 1, 2, 3. Now, say for example, what are the options here to continue with the complaint that she has given, right? That is one option. For that, you have to give merits and demerits. Clearly, you should write what are the merits. 1, 2, 1, 2. Next, second point, withdraw her complaint. What are the merits? What are the demerits? And last, conclusion, what is your course of action, or what is best option? In writing this, don't write that I will go with option 1, I will go with option 2. Nah? Don't show that impatience, okay? Have that patience to write what does that what option 1 mean. That is, I will, the best option in this case is that she has to continue with the complaint, so that it will not set a bad precedence for the others. It also makes that ethics is equally important in profession, right? You can write in this way. So the point is, what I want to say is, many people have written, I will go with option 1, I will go with option 2. Don't write these type of sentences. That shows, you are not, you lost your tolerance, or you lost your patience to write. Don't show that laziness on the paper. Don't reflect. Even though if you are lazy, that is completely fine, but use your emotional intelligence to not show that on the paper. Convert that laziness to write something, in one short line or 2 short lines. I'll go with the option of allowing her to go with the complaint. Write that, right? That is called how you have to present. So case study, you have to give the introduction. You have 2 ways, that is linking with the syllabus or going with the precise writing. That is why I say any paper, you should have a good understanding of the syllabus. Then we can, by just reading that passage itself, you'll come to know, okay, this passage is related to this syllabus, this topic in the syllabus. Then our brain starts working, it gives many ideas. So address the question: introduction, stakeholders, ethical issues. What are the options? In options, write merits and demerits, and don't write like a layman. Okay, don't write by using simple words. Use some ethical words, ethics, subject sensitive words, right? Merits and demerits. It is going against courage of conviction, right? It shows that the person has conviction, or it is going as per the code of conduct, or going as per the rules, going as per the sources of ethical guidance. So write something like this. Don't just write, okay, this woman has this woman has this woman faces the problem of finance, this woman faces the problems in company. So don't write these type of things. Anyone can write that. Okay, show some subject sensitive words in that. That will add, right? So this is what I wanted to discuss. So I hope you got some clarity on what I wanted to discuss. So what I wanted to discuss is, whenever you are writing answer, be very glad that you have started. Don't lose the tempo. Second thing, write one question every day, irrespective of the subject. Write one question every day. Third thing is, whenever you are writing, maintain some introduction, body, conclusion for any subject. Fourth thing, Subject should contain subject sensitive words. Subject sensitive words. Fifth thing is writing is won't get fulfilled if you are not substantiating your answer. Now this substantiation, if it is possible, go with the current affairs maximum. How you can learn from current affairs? Reading some newspapers. Read some newspapers. I am not saying you only the Hindu. If you are not liking to read the Hindu, better to go with some regional newspapers. Substantiations are very important. This is the highest priority that you should give for substantiations. The second thing is you can use some quotations. You can use some statistics. Quotations, I said, you can view for conclusions also. Fourth one is facts, data. Fifth one is some case studies. This is how you can substantiate. Sixth one is theories. As per this approach, as per that approach. In the ethics paper, these are the substantiations that you can give. In the rest of the papers, except the theories, you can apply the same thing. So substantiation of the answer is very important. And sixth point is write in simple sentences. నాకే ఇంగ్లీష్ వచ్చు అని మాత్రం ఆ ప్రతిభా పాఠవాలు పేపర్ పైన చూపించకండి. Write in simple sentences. Sentence should contain not more than 4 to 5 words. This is the art of writing, right? Don't write compound sentences, write simple sentences. Then it will give boost while reading. Okay. Seventh thing, presentation. You can use some flow charts, or you can use some rectangular diagrams or some circular diagrams or some arrow mark diagrams, right? So this is some triangles, rectangles, pentagons, hexagons, octagons. So presentation, you can use this to substantiate your answer. So these are the things that you should have while writing the answer. Next one is, these are the things while you are presenting. The most important thing, understand the question properly. Understand what exactly the question is. Don't drag it. Don't drag it. If there is a statement, they are not asking you to drag it, keep simple. So don't drag it. What question is? Now address that question pointedly. Address that. No need to write introductions, conclusions. You won't have time. Remember, you won't have time to write big introductions. Introduction should be 20 words. Conclusion should be 20 words. The rest of the game should be in the body, right? If it is for 10 marker, if it is for 15 marker, you can go for 25 to 30 words in the introduction, 30 words in the introduction, 60. The rest of the game will be writing in the body, right? This should be, what is this? Words. So keep very simple and address the question. For this, understand the question, what question is. In order to know what the question is, you should know what the question is not about. What the question is not about. These are the things that you have to remember while writing an answer. If you are doing this regularly with these things in mind, if you just practice for 1 month, imagine you are going to make through the mains. This is very simple game. Keep it very simple. Don't read much. Try to improve the way of writing. This is what I wanted to say for the day. Tomorrow I'll continue with the subject. Tomorrow I'll be joining at the same time, right? No need to wait in the morning. I'll share today's question now. The rest of the papers that I have to send, only 2 persons are left. I'll send it today night itself. And those who wanted to talk to me, many messages I have got. See, if possible, I'll try to dedicate some time on Saturday evening. I'll let you know that. Please don't call me in the middle in these 3 days when there is working days. I'm a bit engaged in some other works. So I will dedicate some time for sure. Maybe on Saturday evening, I'm thinking to allot time from now on, so that Sunday I will think on other things. But maximum on Saturday in the evening, I'll try to give you some time. You can call me at that point of time if you have any things, but don't call me in the middle. Even I have got many messages also. I have not seen them. That is the only problem. Once I go through them, I'll answer them at my leisure. Please don't mind. This is the thing that I wanted to say. Have a great night. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or else I am going to end this session now.